Oh, oh, that's a tarpon. No, oh, that was a tarpon, dude. Why you might seriously want to consider a tiny boat over a big boat, and some reasons why a little boat is better than a big boat. Now, don't get me wrong. I love big boats. I love 12-foot skiff, 15-foot skiffs, 33-foot offshore twin engines. I love all boats. However, a lot of serious boat buyers, people who are actively going out looking for a boat, and maybe they can totally afford it and it is no problem to them. Maybe they haven't even considered a tiny boat. Maybe they have not even looked at something like this. Now, this is not a replacement for a big boat, but maybe this is all you need. And today's video is all about some reasons why little boats can be much better than big boats. Crucial component of most boats is a trolling motor. But the most important aspect is really your battery. That is your life here on the water. And I always recommend 100 amp hour lithiums, hands down. So let me tell you about the best charger I have found that charges these 100 amp hour lithiums insanely fast. Here is this absolute beast of a charger, but before that, we need to establish a baseline. So to use this, we are going to use the Bluetooth compatibility with my 100 amp hour lithium inside that box there. Looks like we still have 68%. We only used 32% battery, and we fished for about 4 hours today. All right, so as soon as I plug it into the standard non-brand cheapo, basically the cheapest lithium battery charger that you can get on Amazon. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna plug this in to be our baseline so we can see how much time is left remaining on the battery compared to the new one. Okay, so that is hooked up to the battery. This is the cheapo Amazon one. And it looks like it says 8 hours and 27 minutes remaining. That is insane. Look out, buddy. Now check this beast out. This thing is absolutely cool. First of all, it has a built-in fan, so you know it's fancy. All right, she's hooked up, ready to go. What do you say we plug it in and see what happens? Snap that in there. You got the fan blowing, the charger indicator, get my big old toe out of there. Now let's see, look at that, 1 hour and 19 minutes remaining. We went from 8.5 hours to 1 hour to go 30%. Now we all know these batteries take a long time, and if you forget to plug it in the morning, forget about it. You're not going out. But now you can. This is a total game changer for me as someone who takes my boat out many days in a row. This is awesome. 8.5 hours to 1 hour, that is nuts. Definitely check it out. First link in the description. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. And well, okay. All right, now here's the thing. If you have a big family or you want to take 3 people comfortably, 4 people, already rule these boats out. These boats are just for, you know, using as little dinghies, fishing boats, you know, 2-man, maybe 2 adults and a child fishing boats, you know, maybe little island hoppers going to Crab Island, going to Shell Island, just exploring. These are also pretty good scuba boats. Now this one in particular, the pontoon might be a little bit better of a platform because we are including pontoon, the little plastic pontoons in this video as well. You know, are these boats a replacement for bay boats, offshore boats, skiffs? No, they're not, but they might be for you. All right, I've got some bullet points here on my phone. I'm just gonna list off as I go. Now, number 1, of course, is cost. Boat prices. Loans and terms are all over the place, but even financing a cheaper, lower end boat will likely cost you hundreds of dollars per month unless you pay cash. You're basically taking on another car payment. You also have to factor in extra costs if you buy a traditional boat, including insurance, maintenance, fuel, slip fees if that's the route you want to take, trailer maintenance, you know. In fact, did you know that BOAT stands for bust out another 1,000? Not these things though. With plastic boats, they cost practically nothing per month. I mean, there's no maintenance. I, of course, have no payments. I paid $550, I think I paid $600 for this one and $300 for my pontoon boat. You know, the only maintenance I have is maybe every once in a while pulling some line out of the trolling motor and charging up the battery and spraying this boat off with a hose. But there's no maintenance, there's nothing to do. If you're just looking to get out on the water, experience nature, or just flat out catch some fish for under $1,000, like that is absolutely possible. I'm sitting in one and I own another. Now, you know, once they're all modded out and they have all the bells and whistles, then they get way over $1,000. But the entire cost of this tricked out, cool little pontoon boat that is ultra stable with 2 seats is about $2,000 if you did everything brand new. I've only got probably $1,000 into it. And what you're looking at right here with the trolling motor, the 100 amp hour lithium battery, the smart battery box, the bimini top, the fish finder, I mean, we are still probably $1,200 in brand new, and these boats catch fish. Oh, that's a tarpon. No, oh, that was a tarpon, dude. You're kidding me. You are joking me. That was a tarpon. Oh my gosh. All right, let's go mackerel fishing. Not what I thought I was gonna be doing today. Oh, there it is, there it is. We need to give these guys a little bit of drag. Yeah, baby, woo! Oh, Mackies. What up, dude? What up, Dangus? What up, Doofenshmirtz? Dude, we got a little mackerel. Oh, I love catching these Spanish. Too bad you got domed, dude. Sorry about the trebles, that's how they make them. All right. God bless. Dang, you're bleeding. I have no insurance. I have no slip payment. I have no big fancy trailer. I have nothing. No annual maintenance. I literally have nothing. It costs zero besides the teeny tiny bit of electricity it takes to juice up my battery, which I've been doing for a very long time and have not noticed a single difference on my bill. Maybe I don't pay attention, but I haven't noticed a difference on my bill. Just use a 5x8 utility trailer that I already had, but these boats fit in the bed of your truck. So trailers, out of the question, you do not need a trailer. Even if you only have a car or an SUV or even a big cargo van, they all fit. The pontoons, the 10 foots and the 8 foots, they fit. This 12-foot John boat, not so much. You're gonna want a truck bed at least, but you don't even need a trailer. The bimini top has been an absolute lifesaver this summer. We're actually gonna kind of pull up over here. I'm far away from the shade. I'm gonna make my way back to the shade over here. Just a gorgeous day, man. You can actually unclip those and it falls right back down. You'll see that here in a second when I start fishing. Look at those stingrays right there. Look at that. There's been a lot of rays running through here on the flats this morning. Ton of bait, but can't get any hookups. I'll try again we'll fish right here. I got a bunch of junk up here. That's what I like about the 12-foot over the pontoon is you have so much more room for storage. I appreciate it. Oh, look at this. I even treat. All right, next up, I want to talk about storage. Storing your boat, storing your trailer. There goes a flounder, man. I got into the flounder last time I was in this spot. We got a flounder. We got a flounder this morning. So let's talk about storage. Listen, I moved to Florida not very long ago. I lived in an apartment right now, and I found out the hard way that you're not supposed to, or you're not allowed to have trailers in the apartment complex parking lot. So I had to come up with a pretty creative storage solution. I rented a storage unit. I have a place to keep everything, all the boats, trailers, accessories, mods, feature mods, all that stuff for a little over $100 a month. So if you have a house, it's not really that big of a deal. You can park a big old boat with a big old trailer in the driveway if your HOA allows it, or if you have room, or even in your garage. It's not that big of a deal. But if you live in an apartment, if you have a small house, or you have a house that's already loaded and you have no room for it, you know, just getting a cheap storage unit for these boats is ideal. But listen, these can literally sit sideways in your 2-car garage and you still have plenty of room to pull in both cars. That's the game changer here. You don't even need a trailer to store. You don't need a storage unit if you really have the room. If you have a fairly clean garage with not too much stuff in it, I mean, these boats, you could probably fit both of them in there plus 2 full-size cars, no problem, depending on the size of the 2-car garage. The point being is storage is easy. Of course, I'm not keeping this in a slip. They're small enough that I can put them in small, super cheap storage units. If I had a big boat, sure, I could get one. People put them in storage units all the time. But you need a much bigger, fancier storage unit for that. So then you're looking at even more money. So you got to consider the storage. These things are really easy to store. You can store them in your garage, in any small storage unit, much cheaper and easier, obviously, than a big boat. That kind of goes without saying because big boat big, little boat little, and you know, obviously the big boat takes up more space. But it's worth mentioning because storage is something that not everybody thinks about. You can't park a boat in every driveway. You can't fit a boat in every garage. But with these, it doesn't matter where you live, you can find either a super easy and free solution or simply a super cheap solution. So that right there is my entire boating bill. But I have a bunch of other stuff in the bigger storage unit anyway, so I already had to own the storage unit. I just got another even smaller one for the other boat. Point being is, storage cost is my only monthly boating bill. I think I'm just gonna run across the bayou, work this line, and if there's nothing, probably gonna go a couple miles out to that point. Well, you can't see it because there's stuff there, but it's like a couple miles that way. Maybe not quite. Speaking of that, you know, you think that you can only hang around the boat ramp, which is kind of true, but I'll go 5-6 miles on a single trip, no problem. Distance isn't an issue, especially because this particular boat is rated for a 6 horsepower. 6 horsepower could get you cooking in this little tiny John boat. So they are rated for actual outboards. Of course, you can go check my full overview and review of these with all the specs, but there's also a trolling motor mount right up there. And a lot of people, they'll actually deck these boats and they'll put their own foot control or spot lock in, which is super, super cool. I like to keep things relatively simple and cheap. Dude, like I want to catch the mackerel, but I want to catch a tarpon too. A little bit more there, a little bit more juice on it. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. Man, these things fight so hard for their size. Oh my goodness. Woohoo! Oh yikes, we foul hooked them. Oh no, buddy. Sorry about that. All right, I'm gonna show you real fast how easy it is to drop this bimini top to fish in a blink of an eye. All you have to do is you just unclip these little clips on the front and it falls back just like that. And you're topless. Nice. All right, I'm gonna put you on the chest mount. There's no reason I should not be on something by now. So don't mind if I talk and fish. I just wanna mention something real quick that is probably honestly the biggest factor, and it's the stress. How stress-free this boating is. And we're gonna talk about maintenance here in a second, but this kind of goes hand in hand. Boat ownership can be maintenance. You know, every time you pull it out of the water, especially here in the bay, you wanna spray it down. You wanna get that salt off of it. You wanna flush the motor. You gotta wipe everything down. You gotta be real careful, get the trailer. And you know, it can just be stressful. Even like launching a boat, oh, that's something. Even launching a boat, you know, can be stressful. The whole thing can be just kind of, you know, a lot. So I hear from a lot of boat owners, no, he came off. Yeah, he wasn't a keeper though. All right, we got a trout touch the boat. Don't really count it, but I mean, I can just wake up. I know a lot of people who have been boat owners for a while and they really know what they're doing. But I mean, if you're just getting into it, you're just looking at fish, man. Like, I have no excuse. I never have to say, I don't want to take the boat out, I'm too lazy. It takes no work. And that's a huge thing. You're actually going to use this boat. You're not going to worry about the cost, the fuel cost. You're not going to worry about brushing up against stuff or beaching it. You're not going to worry about all the expensive repairs that could come your way if something even small happens on a regular boat. So that leads us into maintenance. Like we kind of talked about before, there's really no maintenance besides just, you know, spraying the boat down every once in a while and charging your battery. Other than that, if you have an outboard, you're gonna want to obviously do some maintenance on it. If you have an outboard, there is always going to be outboard maintenance. But I don't even use one. I don't have one. This guy seems decent size. Looks like the fish are on this side today for some reason. Little trout, decent size. Don't think he's keeper. Ah, he's just under keeper size. All right. And along with the maintenance, I mean, think about how often do you actually want to use your boat? Is this something that you want to do every once in a while? Or do you want to fish 3, 4, sometimes 5 days a week like I do? Like, this boat is so easy and cheap to run and operate and use that I can literally fish 4 to 5 days a week and it not be an issue, it not cost any money. it not, you know, require a ton of fuel, a ton of maintenance, a ton of time. I mean, it's pretty awesome that you could get out, you could still catch some awesome fish, but you don't have to worry about all the stress and money. Now, if you're wanting to take 10 people on an offshore charter, yeah, this ain't for you. But if you're looking to get out there on the water and catch some fish, man, it's really hard to beat. And it's an option that most folks don't even know really exists. Or they know it exists, but they never would think to put it on a big lake, let alone in the bay. Now this thing, we're in a really protected area right now. Usually I'm fishing a lot more aggressive, choppy water. This is absolutely a beautiful morning. Speak of the devil, here's some waves. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Like a champ. But these things can handle it. Check out the performance tests on all these tiny boats. They are incredible, especially the stability test on this boat. I was shocked. Oh, we got some jets up in there. We'll let them pass. So let's touch on the portability and flat out ease of use real quick. You don't need a trailer. You can literally load it into the bed of your truck. And I used to do that. I've done that with both these boats and it's not even that much work. But not only that, you can use a traditional John boat, jet ski trailer, or a utility trailer like I do, pull up to the boat ramp or launch off a beach. That's what's cool about these boats too. I use boat ramps. I just launched off the beach, and you can launch out of the bed of your pickup truck to ponds. So you can use these in ponds. How many times have you gone to a large pond or a small lake with no boat access, but you're not really fond of kayaks? Well, this is the boat for you. You can take it out into the ocean. You can take it out into the bay. You can take it into ponds. You can put it in the bed of your truck. It's just the flat out portability and versatility beats most other boats. You know, I'm sure I've already played by now that big giant redfish I caught under that major bridge. We're on again. Yep. Oh yeah, clients are going into that hole now. Oh yeah, come on, what are you? Oh my gosh. Boat didn't flip, didn't sink it. Oh, can't even hold this fish, folks. Oh my gosh. You know, you've got huge, you know, 50, 60, 100, $200,000 charter boats out there. And then you've got my $600 plastic John boat sitting there taking the waves, all the same as those guys. You know, you got yachts and military boats blowing by. You're dealing with all this stuff, same as those guys, and you're catching the same fish. Except they have a monstrous monthly bill and headache. And I got nothing, baby. I got a plastic boat that I don't even need to wash the salt water off. Plus, this is the case a lot of time. You buy more boat than you need. You can't get into the spots that you want to get into, like these super shallow flats for some redfish, or what have you. Maybe you bought the wrong kind of boat, you know, because if you're spending a lot of money on a very specific kind of boat, that boat is going to be very focused. Versus if you just spend basically nothing on a plastic blob, well, you can do whatever you want with it, right? You can go deep, you can go shallow, you can go fast, you can go slow. But point being is a lot of people think that they need more boat than they do. They end up fishing alone or with one person, maybe two people. You know, I thought I'd be fishing with a lot more people, but turns out I like to fish alone and with one other person. Anything other than that gets kind of distracting when I'm just trying to catch fish. So think about what you truly need your boat for and how many people are you gonna take? Listen, there's no shame if you were looking at 22-foot cobias and now you want a John boat, all right? It's no replacement, but maybe, like I said a million times, it just might be for you. And really the last point I wanna make this morning before I get out of this freaking bayou and go try to catch a good fish is that really you can enjoy the same activities. You know, we love, you know, sometimes the wife and I, we'll take it out, we won't even fish. We'll just drive around, we'll find a nice bay beach and we'll have lunch, we'll hang out, we'll have husband and wife time. And you know, we'll just generally beach the boat, swim, look at the bait fish, maybe fish if we want. You know, I say that last time we did that, I definitely caught a keeper trout or two or three. But anyway, listen, it's hard to be on these little boats and not want to fish. What can I say? But point being is it's not just for fishermen. We love using this to explore. We like going up in the residential canals, looking at houses, going to the beach. We love this stuff. And if we had a lake, heck, we just anchor it and we jump off and swim. I jump off this boat all the time and just climb on the bow. Absolutely no problem. Oh, there's one. No, he came off. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. All right, that's 4 mackerel. I'm getting super frayed up here. Oh my gosh, that was a redfish. All right, we gotta get this lure in. We're done with the mackerel. We just gotta get, oh, there he is. Oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna crank him in though, because I want that redfish. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh, I want that redfish. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good work. Ah, a little bigger there. No! Oh, there's a hit. Unless he ate it off. Yeah, right at the fray. Oh my gosh, it broke off way. Oh, there's one. Ooh! We need to get out of here, dude. Oh my gosh. This is a nice one. We need to get him out though. This is a nice one, dude. Oh, I've only got 20 pound on, dude. Don't break me off. Man, he's digging. All right. No! No, that was my last one. No, I knew that was gonna happen. So I guess what you really just need to ask yourself is, what am I gonna use this boat for? How often do I wanna use it? Do I really, even if I can afford it, do I really wanna take on another expensive bill? It's not just the boat payment. And how many people am I really gonna take? Are my kids gonna get sick of getting on the water? Is my wife gonna wanna go for the first week and then get bored with it? Do my buddies really have free enough schedules that they can actually come out and all fish with me at the same time consistently? Since we have started making these tiny boat videos, we have gotten hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views, over 1,000 members on our private group, all sorts of amazing people that I've met and talked to. And a lot of the people that own these boats are boat owners. Either they find a much better use for this boat versus their current boat, or it's just easier and they say that they flat out take it more. And that's coming from the mouths of big old fancy $100,000 boat owners. They just basically say, hey, this is easy, it's cheap, and it's stress-free, man. It's awesome. It can get to places my other boats can't. I mean, look how shallow we got, and I still have full control over my motor. Super shallow draft. It is hard to beat the maneuverability of this boat. Backing right out of here. Look at that. And all I'm saying is it's something to consider. Do I want a big boat? Yes! Yes! Do I want to pay for it? No! All I know, baby, is this thing is pretty freaking sweet. And they're fun to mod and make your own. This one's still pretty bare bones. All right, anyway, guys, check out today's video sponsor. If you're gonna get into this, you're definitely gonna want that. But even if you have any sort of trolling motor or electronics, definitely pick up this ultra fast charger. I can't believe how quickly it charges. It is gonna be a game changer. Going from hours to sometimes minutes, depending on how much you have left. That's just bonkers, dude. All right, I got like a mile drive. I'm gonna go to the next spot. We've been out here 2 fish in 1 hour. 2 fish in 1 hour and 20, man. All right, I gotta kick this into high gear. I'll see you in the next video.